Fresh Start Friday. It is time for What's Cooking with Kimberly, where I'm going to show you a simple, healthy, and delicious recipe to give you a fresh start with your food. And today, I'm making my delicious, super healthy, homemade bone broth. Dr. Steve, what do you think about bone broth?
Well, I love it. A lot of people think it's just liquid, right? Just
Right.
stuff that goes into your soup. It actually has a lot of health benefits. Some people say it helps with their joint pain, cleans out the liver, balances the hormones, increases your energy, right? And strengthens your bones, but mostly it just makes you feel so good in the wintertime, right?
It does.
Awesome.
So, you know what? It's good for gut health, too, right?
Yeah,
is that
very
true?
good for gut health.
So, it's kind of like, bone broth is like the celebrity broth right now. There's a lot of articles online about it, so I totally fell for it. I've read some really good information about it, so I've been making it a lot, okay? But before we get into it, I want to introduce you to today's testers that we grabbed from our audience, Whitney and Jody. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so this is going to be great for the foundation for a lot of your soups, right? When you're building a soup, that's really what it's all about. You got to start out with something really good. So when you go to your butcher, you're going to ask for beef bones. Like, it really is that simple. And first, you want to roast your bones. My bones are roasting in my air fryer 360. So I love that I actually really do like this oven. I mean, I use it all the time. But you're roasting your ovens at a high temperature, like 450 degrees, and that's going to bring out the flavor before you throw them into your stock. Oh, it stopped. Here we go. All right, so before I grab those, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw in my ingredients into my pot that I'm going to make my broth in. So we've got diced carrots and we've got onions, so we're going to throw it all in there. Then we're going to throw in our chopped leeks.
Nice.
All right, and this may not seem like a lot or like a big deal, but we're going to throw a little apple cider vinegar in here. And this is really going to enhance the flavor and add to the flavor of your stock. All right, so we've got bay leaves and we've got rosemary and thyme. We're just going to drop them right in there. Now, you'll notice I took a little kitchen twine and I tied them together because when your stock is done, you're not going to want to fish these out of there. Like, some of them will be left behind, and that's fine. The bay leaves are pretty easy. They stay intact. You're just going to drop it all in there and let it do its thing for a little while. Let it saute for just a few minutes, like 5 minutes. Bring those flavors out. And I'm going to clear these bones here, because we've already got some cooking. All right, so here we go. These smell so delicious, right? And you can see that there's a little bit of meat left on the bones. You know, there's some fat. So we're just going to lay these into our veggies like that.
It's just everything mixed in the pot.
In the pot.
Really big.
And listen, all you have to do is we're going to cover this with some water, and you're going to bring it to a boil, okay? You're going to bring it to a high boil just for a few minutes, and then you're going to drop that temperature down really low. And I'll tell you, if you cook your bone broth for 24 hours, that's good. But if you cook it for 48 hours, you talk about flavorful. Is this my water here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we go. We're just going to do that.
So once it comes to a boil, then you bring it down, you let it simmer, and it goes for the whole day?
The whole day.
Or 2 days?
Or,
wow.
Well, if you've got the time and you're at home on a weekend and you've got the time to do this, my advice is to put it on first thing in the morning. Right? Get it started. The house is going to smell delicious, okay? And you're going to want to eat it, but you're going to have to wait. And just let it do its thing. And at night, you know, you can put it down really low. If you have like a crock pot, you could do it in there because it's just going to get that low simmer and it's going to do its thing. The great thing about this is that it's a lot of water, right? So you don't have to watch it, but like every 8 hours, you're going to want to check your water level. And if it's starting to get low, you're going to want to put some more water in it and keep it going. Don't worry about it. It's just all going to marry really well together, and it's going to be delicious, I promise. So once it's all done, you're going to strain everything out of there, including the bones, okay? So that you just have that delicious broth for, you know, whatever you want to use it for. I personally like to drink it by itself because it still has some fat in it. So I'm still getting some fat, probably still getting some protein somehow. And I just, you know, I drink it. You know, it's
Tastes
part
good.
of a plan. It feels good. I like it, and I feel like I'm actually eating a meal when I drink this. All right, so there's going to be some leftovers, right? With your leftovers, when you make a big stock pot of broth, what you want to do is you want to take those containers that you have in your cabinet that you got from Chinese takeout, right? We all have them. We got a whole cabinet full of them. And what you want to do is you just want to section them all off into containers, put them in the freezer, and when you're ready to make a soup or you're ready to make a dish, you can bring it out and use it and then take what you need at that time. So what's going to happen is you see that fat on top? It's going to settle, right? So this is going to separate. But here's the great part about it. Watch this. You're going to just take this like that, and it comes right off.
Wow.
Whoops. Comes right off, and then it splats back in there, but that's okay. What I do with this is a little trick. I take this fat, I put it in a container, put it in the refrigerator, seal it up, and then when I'm cooking, I mean throwing down, I'll take a little bit off of that, and like when nobody's looking, I just pop it in the pan and be like, this is so good. What's your secret? I mean, I can't tell them, Dr. Steve.
Right.
I can't tell them my secrets.
Right.
But don't throw the fat out, okay? Fat is good, and that's where all the flavor is, so you can really use it in other dishes and use it in moderation, right?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Everything
all
in
right, are you ladies ready to taste?
Yes.
All right, here we go. I've got a couple of cups down here. We are going to
Here, I'll help you.
Oh, thank you
There we
so
go.
much, Dr.
You got
Steve.
that.
Dr. Steve is so helpful, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so.
Oh, that looks good.
So doesn't it look good? It smells good. And listen, again, it's broth. So if you're into soups,
What if
right?
you have a cold, right, and you don't feel good?
See?
You take that little broth.
How good
I'm
is
not
that, Dr. Steve?
I'm going to be good. This is for the
I
ladies.
know, this is for the ladies.
I was
He
gonna
was
hold it
so
to my
ready. Did
nose.
you
I
see that? He was so ready. They were like, Dr. Steve, that's
No, those are
mine.
mine. Yeah, I know.
All right, so we're just going to
Okay.
take this like that. And I've got a little bit of chives right here.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to put those right on top. Boom. A little more. Boom. Here we go. Little pepper, ladies. Little pepper. Yes.
Nice.
All right. This is like a pepper meal that's blended with different types of peppers, so
Nice.
I like that. You're going to get a lot of nice flavors. A little spicy, maybe a little smoky, a little bit of salt here.
Nice.
I think that's garlic salt, actually. Here we go. I'm coming your way, ladies. So on a nice fall or winter day, you got some bone broth in the freezer. You just pop it right out. And look at you.
Oh, look at me.
You're nice and
my,
cozy.
thank
How about
you.
that, Dr. Steve?
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so
Smells delicious, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So much flavor.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, it really is easy to make. And this could be the base for so many great dishes. You ladies like it? What do you think?
I love it. I'm trying
Yeah?
to smell and taste what's
good. Yeah,
in here.
you want to smell it
Right.
before you taste it, right? It's just
There's
so
much
good.
go. It's awesome. See, Dr. Steve, I mean, I'm crushing these
You are
recipes with you,
crushing
man.
it. We're
I'm
doing
crushing
really
it
well.
with you. All right. If you want to give this a try, you can go to dranddiva.com for my homemade bone broth recipe. And don't forget to let me know what you think about it. There's more Fresh Start Friday when we come right back.